Phosphor Dot fans, Earl at thelogbook.com back here with a real arcade obscurity for you. See if this one reminds you of something. The game is by Sun Electronics. It was brought to the US by Centuri, who also brought such games as Phoenix and Eagle to the US. Everything involving birds of some kind. This, however, is Route 16. It's kind of a racing game, it's kind of a maze game, and it kind of reminds me of something else. The object of the game is to not do that. And the object of the game is to avoid the other cars, but what? There's more than one place to go in this game. What is this all about? This game is the bomb. That's exactly it. Ooh! Almost made it out. Game over. Alright. Let's try it again. I haven't exactly spent a whole lot of time playing this one. So as you can see, there is a larger world that you can escape into, for lack of a better way to put it. No, I don't want oil. I want the money. Just give me the money. I don't care about the oil. Now, if the blips catch you kind of out in the hallway, they can still see that guy was right on my backside going into that room. So there is still trouble aplenty. Now if you hit the checkered flag, you turn them into traveling bags of money, at least for a short while. Kind of a sort of a Pac-Man kind of game mechanism there, except then they're back. Okay, I think I've done everything I wanted to do in that room. Let's go back in here. So this is clearly a game with all sorts of interesting places to go, things to do. Enemies to see. I really just want to see them explode. Yeah, and there we have a maze that kind of harkens back to an old arcade favorite. And we've already been in here. Trying to remember what was in here. A monster of some kind. And a bomb. Oh, so nothing good happening in that room. Got it. What about this one? Alright, I guess I cleared a level because that was the last treasure that was placed there at the beginning of the game. Crash. There's so many things that this reminds me of. Some in general, like Adventure on the Atari 2600, where you are, you have an immediate maze or situation that you're in, but you can, as a wise man once said, take your first step into a larger world. But what this really reminds me of, and this is really interesting given the date, 1981, this reminds me of Exidy's Venture. The game where you're Winky, use my little Winky, and you're going around in all these rooms having to defeat enemies and take their treasure and get out to the larger view that shows you a context for all of these rooms. And then you have to evade the hall monsters even in that map stage to get to the next room. This reminds me a lot of that. Route 16 does. And so now I kind of find myself wondering, which one came first? I mean, it's possible that someone was, having the same idea at the same time. But which was the chicken and which was the egg? Did Venture come first and inspire someone to try to do something similar with a racing game? Or did Route 16 come first and inspire XD to try that same mechanic with something that was not a racing game? It's something to ponder for a moment. Oh, this is all going to end in tears. This room exists for no other reason than to trip you up. Okay. Or it will trap you. So, really what you're going for is you were going for the rooms that clearly have a treasure of some kind to be gained. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Ah, but that car recovered from being eaten, for lack of a better way to put it. Oh! No, not the bomb. I don't want any part of the bomb. Especially, I don't want the boom part of the bomb. I also don't want to crash out in the hallway. That's just sad. Oh, so those little green things are like switches that turn that prize into either a bomb or into something else. Oh, you buggers are gonna escape? Really? No, come back here. Oh, now they're dangerous again. Oh, crap. Oh, crash. An interesting little game, this. Really kind of fascinating. I have to admit, I discovered this playing kind of MAME Russian roulette. Where you just, spin your way through your MAME ROM set, land on something that you don't recognize, that you've never seen before, and you're kind of going, okay, well, we'll give that a play. That could have gone better. So you have to trip two of the switches to get that question mark item to turn into something more beneficial than a bomb. And even if it's beneficial, you can still die there. So there you have it, a delightfully obscure arcade game. It's also worth noting that this is presented by Tekken International and Sun Electronics. Sun Electronics, of course, originated such games as Kangaroo and one of my Phosphor Dot favorites, Funky Fish. So, yeah, always something interesting coming out of Sun Electronics, I've noticed. Thanks for watching. Oh, very good.